The illegal organ trade is a multi-billion-dollar industry fueled by a critical shortage of organs for transplant. Every year, over 120,000 people in the United States alone await organ transplants, but only about 40,000 receive them legally. This desperate gap is filled by the black market, often exploiting the most vulnerable among us. Understanding why this trade exists is crucial in recognizing its victims and the systemic issues at play. Behind every statistic lies a human story, a narrative of hope, desperation, and tragedy. The victims of organ trafficking come from diverse backgrounds and regions. Let's dive into some of their harrowing stories. Muhammad is a devoted husband and father of two, toiling endlessly in the fields for meager earnings. His dreams for his family hang by a thread as debt mounts. One day, a well-dressed broker approaches him with a seemingly innocent proposition: quick cash in exchange for a kidney. The broker paints a picture of how this sacrifice would elevate his family from poverty, promising a swift recovery. Desperate, Muhammad agrees, envisioning a brighter future for his children. However, after the surgery, complications arise due to unsanitary conditions, leading to Muhammad's death just weeks later. His dreams of financial stability turned into a nightmare, leaving his family mourning without closure. Liu is passionate about technology, dreaming of attending university, but his family's financial struggles make this aspiration feel unreachable. Through an online forum, Liu learns about selling his kidney for quick money. Tempted by the idea of funding his education, he makes the fateful decision. However, the surgery brings severe complications, leaving Liu with lasting health issues and feeling ashamed of his choice. Liu's life was forever altered by a decision made in desperation, shattering his dreams and leading to lifelong consequences. Despite her efforts, Radhika feels the crushing weight of financial pressure. One day, a trafficker exploits her desperation, promising a quick payout for her liver. He convinces her that this sacrifice will ensure her children's future, assuring her she would recover quickly. However, the reality is grim. After the surgery, Radhika suffers chronic health issues, leaving her unable to work and care for her children. Radhika's hopes for a better life evaporated, leaving her family to navigate a future without their mother, highlighting how the organ trade preys on the vulnerable. Rahim is a devoted husband and father, pressured to provide for his wife and 3 children. Faced with insurmountable financial struggles, he feels he has no choice but to turn to the black market. Lured by the promise of quick cash, Rahim learns he can sell a kidney. However, he quickly realizes he has been misled. The surgery is performed in unsafe conditions by unqualified individuals. Afterward, he faces severe complications, resulting in prolonged suffering. Rahim's trauma highlights the unseen scars left by organ trafficking, an issue that affects not just the body, but the mind and community. His experience serves as a chilling reminder of the risks taken by those desperate for money. Living in poverty, Fatima feels immense pressure to find a solution to her financial woes. She is approached by a trafficker who promises quick cash for her kidney. The decision is desperate. The weight of her family's struggles hangs heavy on her heart. However, the surgery takes a deadly turn. Fatima succumbs to complications during the operation, leaving her family shattered and grappling with the guilt and loss. Fatima's tragic end serves as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the black market. Her story illustrates the grave risks involved in organ trafficking and the desperate situations that lead individuals to make such irreversible choices. The organ trade is a complex web of crime, with traffickers earning tens of thousands of dollars for each organ sold. Victims, however, often receive a fraction of this amount, sometimes only a few $100s. For example, in India, kidneys can be sold for as much as $50,000 on the black market, while victims may only see $1,000. Traffickers exploit vulnerable individuals, offering them meager sums while pocketing the profits. This exploitation perpetuates a cycle of poverty and despair. The financial impact on families left behind is devastating. Many families of victims face financial ruin after losing their loved ones, compounding the tragedy of organ trafficking. In many cases, the desperate search for money leads to the very tragedy they hope to escape. The societal impact of organ trafficking is profound, as entire communities grapple with the fallout of this illicit trade. Families are torn apart, and communities are left to mourn their lost loved ones. Governments around the world are working to combat this crisis, implementing stricter laws and promoting awareness. Yet, the demand persists, making it a persistent global issue. Organizations are rising to the challenge, raising awareness, and providing support to victims and their families. By educating communities and providing resources, we can empower individuals to make informed choices, reducing their vulnerability to traffickers. Today, we've explored the harrowing stories of those affected by the illegal organ trade, from Muhammad in Pakistan to Fatima in Egypt. Their narratives illustrate the urgent need for change. We must confront this dark reality and work towards a future where no one has to pay the ultimate price for survival. Together, we can break the cycle of exploitation and help victims reclaim their lives.